Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you are on this planet. Now, if you've started to develop a leak um, underneath your car, basically near the engine, underneath the engine, um, it could be a problem to do with your cooling system or the radiator, because that's what happened with my vehicle. I've got a 2005 VW Touran. It's got 252,000 miles on the clock. So I had about 6, 7 years. I actually got it at 220,000 thousand miles. And it's done a lot of high mileage up and down the motorway. But it's still a solid, good car. I mean, the odd things of, the starter motor went. I think the axle on the passenger side had broken at one time. But these are things you would expect to go and need to be replaced. Oh, the clutch went last year and was replaced. So recently, the the brake pads had worn through, especially on the driver's side, and there was scratching on the actual disc. Is it the disc itself? So my mechanic said, "Look, let's just change, all the wheels all around anyway." So that's all done. And then I decided, you know what, look, I've got to do something about this leak. It's been going on for 15 months, and the reason why I haven't done anything about it is because of the worry that it could be fairly deep to where the leak is. The engine might have to be pulled out and all this kind of business. So the cost of that is gonna be quite a lot. And because people are saying maybe it's the head gasket's gone, someone had mentioned when I was on a course, I spoke about a problem I was having in my car, and he said, "Oh, it could be the head gasket. You can get some stuff to sort of try and see if we can seal it." And I didn't think anything about it, but it's only recently I thought, I've been doing this for 18 months, topping up the water every single day. I mean, every journey that I've been doing, if I travel for a period of time, say up to an hour, I will need to change the water, or at least top the water up once going there, and when I'm coming back, I will need to top up the water again. That's every single day. Sometimes, the odd time, I wouldn't have to do it for a couple of days, or when I check, the water's still at a certain level; it hasn't gone down completely. So anyway, I decided I've got to find a solution. Let me see if I can seal somehow where the leak is. Many years ago, around 1988, I bought a car for 60 quid. It was a Morris Marina. It was like a orangey brown, light brown, and it was actually a good car, but the radiator needed to be changed, and I just didn't have the money at the time. I had a flat I was paying for; it was quite a lot of money, and I used a solution. It was like a metallic type of solution. Poured it into the radiator to sort of try and seal it, and it actually worked for a period of time. But then it still developed the leak, because I think the leak was quite big, and it at the time, I was quite young. I didn't think to get it changed. But anyway, so I thought this is through the cooling system. So I just did some research, and this Acdelco seemed to be fairly well respected, because apparently these are put into GM's new vehicles cooling systems. I think they put these tablets in as standard. So, if it's good enough for GM, then I'll give it a go. Because the thing I was worried about, it's when you put things in a liquid or something, a gel into your cooling system, there's a worry it could cause problem for your vehicle, and so I was a little bit hesitant putting these in, but I've done it. I used four tablets, just put them in, because I've got the VW touran. The radiator doesn't sort of have a radiator cap, so it's all part of the cooling system. There's a bottle, so I popped 4 in there. People say apparently the best thing to do is just crush it up and then pour it in, but I mean, I've just popped them in, just literally popped 4 in, and then that was about 2 days ago. For the first time, I popped them in, and then I gave it about 20 minutes, half an hour. Then I switched on the engine, so it would circulate through, and then went out to where I was going. And I noticed it fairly quickly after getting to where I'm going, that the water level was still at the level that I'd put water in. Because normally when I get to where I'm going, it will have gone down. The water would have sort of, come out of the, somewhere along the road, dripped along the road. But this time it was at the exact same level as what I poured in. And it's been like that for 2 days. So I'm going to see how I get on. I mean, this is the actual tablet itself. It's already... Apparently there's ginger and stuff like that in there. So I'm going to see how I get on for the next, hopefully couple of weeks, and see whether it holds up or not. But for 2 days now, there's been no leaks on the road, because normally I will see residue, put a little bit of a pool underneath the car. But for the last couple of days, none. And most importantly, I've not had to top it up. I went to a job today, and did the usual stops to double check the water level. And this time, when I try to take the top off, it's really wanting to, pop out like it would normally do. It was really, really hot. Whereas before, I'd take off the top, there wouldn't be any of that at all. There wouldn't be any sort of bubbling or whatever. So this seems to be working. So this cost me £10 from eBay. Let's have a look. Already seals broken there. But let's have a look. There's not much instructions on there really. It doesn't really say instructions for use for all automobile cooling systems. Fill radiator to correct level with coolant, and then add pellets. Replace radiator cap and run engine. consult your owner's manual for coolant system volume. Use 1 to 1.5 grams of sealant for each quart of coolant system volume. That's obviously an American term. Oh, here we go. Look. 1995 GM. I think this Acdelco, are quite an old company. I think it was about 1899 it was formed, so they've been around quite a few years. So yeah, if you've somehow developed a leak in your vehicle, this seems to be a good solution to. At least all you can do is give it a go. I don't think it gives too much harm to your engine. But I say it's only been a couple of days now. But for me, I feel really happy because I haven't had to top up the water like I have been before. So yeah, this is the Acdelco cooling system seal tabs. I've used 4 of them. I might pop this one later on, see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching the video.